everyone, and welcome back to another Healthy You, Healthy Earth. Developing healthy habits doesn't have to be a chore or even a difficult process. In fact, animal trainers have made learning a fun and engaging game for their critters, where the animal never loses. There are tons of paths to making new behaviors more positive, but the first step is learning our ABCs. In animal behavior terms, the ABCs are a great way to remember the basics to training, and it's also great for learning new behaviors of our own. And the A stands for antecedent, or cue. And this is the signal that tells the animal, now's the time to do the thing. Now, if you've ever watched a program with animals, you may have noticed the trainer giving an obvious verbal request, such as sit, turn, or even salute, or maybe even subtle hand gestures, such as a finger point or hand turning over. Well, we incorporate cues or antecedents in our own lives as well. An alarm clock signals us it's time to get up. A red light tells us to slow down and stop the car. Now, opening a drawer and finding no clean silverware can be a subtle cue that now's the time to wash some dishes. Now, these cues tell our brain when it's appropriate to do our next letter, the B, which is for behavior. And this is the thing we as animal trainers are asking the animal to do. Now, for us, our behaviors are the healthy habits we're wishing to install, or that new activity. So for instance, maybe we want to drink more water. And we could set an alarm on our watch or phone that reminds us every time we hear it to take a drink from our water bottle. And whatever it is that we're looking to improve, that's that behavior. And finally, after the behavior comes the C, and that's for consequence. And while there are a few different consequences, we want to focus on repeating the behavior as much as possible. And so the best option is what we call positive reinforcement, and we'll talk a lot about that later. Now, in fact, in today's field, positive reinforcement reigns supreme as the most effective manner to train animals and build trusting relationships. And the consequence can be as elaborate as a day at the spa or a shopping spree, or it can be simple yet encouraging, such as giving yourself a gold star or pat on the back, or looking in the mirror and saying, "You're awesome." Now, of course, this method isn't that simple. The first time a lion sees a signal to present their tail for a blood draw, they don't know what that signal means. It takes patience, repetition, and consistency to shape that behavior. But the pathway is always the same: antecedent, behavior, and consequence. And when we repeat it enough times, our habits become somewhat automatic. We don't have to think about what we do, we just do it. And then we can focus on the new behaviors and activities we want in our lives to train positive, today, tomorrow, and forever.